So the admins have been cooking, and now I'm pretty sure you guys want to see what we've got. Yo, hello and welcome everybody to the League Season 5 reveal. I'm Dante. We're joined by all the admins today, Amerith, Drossi, and Relkin. How are you guys doing?
It's 9 a.m.
It's noon. Don't you know anything? The entire world revolves around Eastern Time.
No, hey, what about me? I'm in Central Time. It's 11:05 here. Come on, give me a break.
Oh man, this is exactly how all of our meetings have gone so far. So it's perfect. It's perfect. But yeah,
The
we're
giant
really
cup of
excited.
coffee.
That's right, with the Reese's mug. But we're here for
I
season
hope there's
5.
Reese's in the coffee.
Nope, I hate peanut butter.
I'm actually not kidding when I say it's exactly how the meetings have gone. But anyway, so season 5. I hope you guys enjoyed our stupid little video to start with. Big thanks to Amerith for stitching that in there. Welcome everyone one more time. But this is your admin crew for season 5. And yeah, what do you guys ready to start like actually revealing some details for everyone?
Yeah, let's get on with it.
I want to go back to the brisket, but
Oh,
I mean, that was steak. That wasn't brisket. So
sorry, it's too early. But can we get brisket later? Can we get brisket?
Yeah.
We don't have brisket at home.
I'm more of a steak person.
We'll figure out something for everyone in the league at some point or another. Maybe we have like a big like family cookout afterwards. I think that would be fun.
I don't eat meat, so you have to cater to me.
All right, I'll roast some corn. That'll be good too. We'll get something for everybody, one way or another. That's our promise.
All right, so let's move on into everything then.
Yeah, so we do have some mods. Or let's talk about the registration first. I should pay attention to what we're doing. Amerith, you want to tell us about how registration is going to be going down this season?
Yeah. So, we got the registration dates for everyone who's going to be all excited for that coming up at the end of the month here, from August 28th to September 4th. It'll be the same deal as last time. You register your team via Google Doc. That will have in the announcements probably around the time. And yeah, I'm bad at this.
Well, we can move on to regulation then, because you put that up there with registration.
Yeah, regulation's going to stay the same as last year, with the 4 teams being demoted from Invitational League that have the lowest record, and the 4 with the best that do perform the best in playoffs moving into the Invitational. So same deal as last year. We're going to have the Invitational League at 32 teams and open at however many we have end up entering.
Yeah, and we've kind of got a situation in place here to be able to accommodate. I don't want to say as many teams as we can possibly get, but we definitely don't want to have that hard cap. Correct me if I'm wrong on this, Drossi, but we do not want that hard cap at 96 like we had last time. We want to be able to expand beyond that in case we have that many teams interested.
Right. We have a cap. It is so high that it would require more people than participated in any of the main tournament quals to sign up for League for us to hit that cap. So
Yeah.
we're hoping that, like, if we set a cap that high that even the main tournament quals didn't hit it, we should be okay.
Perfect. And I think that's a good change. We did have like a few people who were scrambling to get a team and weren't quite able to make it in for season 4. And we want to make sure that they do have that opportunity, even if it's kind of thrown together last second with registration. We want everyone to be able to play. It's about, kind of building friendships, having some fun together. And that's what we want to emulate and like, I don't know, foster here. It's always been the league's vision back when Fear was doing it all by himself in seasons 1 and 2. I think it's probably a good time we could plug all of our new and existing moderators. We do have quite an extensive moderation team. We have Adirondack Rick from the Speed Gaming side, Cassidy Moen, Clear Mouse, Dazed Cloud, Error Roar, Kaysden, Kono Tyron, Lumaga, and Will WC. You've probably potentially seen some of them in chat already. They got those fancy green and white swords. So don't make them mad. Don't make us mad, but just don't make them mad. I'm more scared of them than I am of us. So at this point,
I mean, they're scary. There's no way around that. And they're all showing eyes in chat now. That's even scarier.
Oh
Perfect.
gosh, I don't need more eyes watching me.
No. I mean, there's plenty of people watching you right now. But anyway, let's move on to it. We got a couple more dates that we want to show off here. So next up, we got the division reveal stream. After registration is complete, we'll have the teams all sorted out into the groups on September 18th. We'll have another short stream, basically doing the same thing as last year, showing off who's in what division, give you an idea of what we think of each of the teams and where everyone's going to be, and that'll be pretty fun.
Yeah, I always look forward to this. It's one of the staples of the league, kind of like with the main tournament, people pulling, the names out of the chests. The league having the reveal with slideshow type thing has always been a really fun thing, and looking forward to doing that again.
And then let's see, some more upcoming important dates. The start of play after the reveal stream will be October 3rd, which will be, I believe, just after most of the SG Live online stuff is concluded.
That is supposed to conclude on October 2nd, so that's also why we're doing the reveal stream a bit farther before the start of the season than we normally do, just so, people can make their plans and then focus on SG Live and then be ready to start the league.
Yep, absolutely. And yeah, we wanted, like, Drossi especially wanted to make sure that we were not encroaching on the Speed Gaming Live spoiler part or the online portion. So I'm okay with that. Very happy with that.
Yeah.
Well, after last year.
Yeah, last year was fun. And the last couple ones that we got coming up here are the planned playoff dates, which is going to start after the regulation season ends on December 5th, and the invitational starting a week later.
Yeah. One thing to note, you know how we usually have 7 weeks in the 7, I guess, different modes, I should say, for the regular season of League. Well, if you do the math, you might notice that October 3rd to December 5th isn't exactly 7 exact weeks. There's a reason for that, and we'll get into that a little bit later as we get into the different modes. But there will be some additional time for certain weeks. I'll just say that much.
Absolutely. So, week 1 coming up here. Let's jump into it. Week 1, October 3rd through the 9th. So it's a 1 week type of stint, and I'm sure you guys like this one quite a bit. You want to go ahead and hit that button so we can reveal what it's going to be. The AD co-op info share. This has been a staple of the league since day 1, season 1. I think this is what founded the league. So you're gonna be starting.
This was the OG co-op mode.
Yeah. So, great way to play pickup with your friends. AD co-op info share, which is going to be, let's clarify it now, admins. The info share is in the voice chat, not with the video, not with text, in the voice chat. Maybe a shared document, but nothing beyond that. You can't share a tracker or stuff. Well, maybe you can. Either way, I don't see how that would help.
Oh boy,
yeah,
you
all
invited
dungeons.
Those questions.
All dungeons, random sword. You guys probably know how that's been in the past, but yeah, that's super fun. What do you guys think?
It's probably one of my favorite
really
modes. Like it really takes a slightly longer mode that usually takes in like the hour 50, like 2-hour range, and really just cuts it down to like a normal seed time, maybe even a really jetty kind of seed time of like 110 to 130 if you get something really good. If one of you ends up finding everything, your partner's just like, oh well, I'll just follow you.
Yeah, sometimes you do have that like breadcrumb trail style progression with these, and that's a little unfortunate, but it's not always the case. Drosty, you were about to say something regarding the mode.
Just it's a really good way to ease into the league. I'm sure we'll have a lot of new teams, and I think it's a really good way to give them a feel of what league's about. You know, it's open, nothing too complicated about it. Side benefit with it being all dungeons, you don't have to worry about things like mimic clipping or hover seeds in GT because you're gonna have to do swamp and pod.
Oh yeah, for sure. Relka, you got any thoughts about AD co-op?
Yeah, this was the mode that really sold me as like a competitor in just wanting to play the mode and have fun and voice chat with my friends. Try and figure out and solve the puzzle together of how fast can we beat the seed and how efficient can we divide and conquer the checks in the game.
Also, as a side note for people seeing me like looking around and stuff, like that's me running the stream in the background. So sorry if I look like I'm not paying attention, but I am a lot.
Yeah, Amira's doing like quadruple duty today, and we do want to thank her for restreaming this for us while actually doing it too. So there's a lot going on in the background.
Remind me to hire an assistant. So we had a couple of the mods tell us what they feel about the upcoming modes for this particular week. First one we got from Lumaga here. Rando is better with friends, and don't forget Castle Tower exists because it is all dungeons and you do have to clear Castle Tower.
That's important.
Never forget.
Don't want to drop in on Ganon and have him call you a dingus.
But I can guarantee at least one team will manage to do that.
Oh, I'm sure it'll be me.
Well, you have to do something now that you can't despawn the tower anymore.
I thought they reverted that so you can.
Oh.
I'll quadrant glitch or something. I'm sure. Just leave it to me.
Perfect.
And we got Cassidy. More the merrier. Applied to a one-player mode. Very true. And one more from Dazed, which is round one of fun with time zones because it is in fact a co-op week.
That's so true. That's one of the biggest struggles we always have, especially with co-op, is the time zones and the scheduling. But that's like the price you pay when you want to do something like this.
I think it's worth it. It's fun,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
I definitely cannot ignore the sometimes the difficulty with scheduling. But yeah.
Right. Any final thoughts on co-op week?
I'm looking forward to this because it's always a high stakes, high pressure situation to kick off the league, but you're doing it with a friend, so it makes it 1,000 times more fun.
100% agree.
Yeah, still probably one of my favorite weeks. So moving on to week 2. Which will be from October 10th to the 16th. The mode that we have set for you is Invrosia, which
Gasp.
is, for anyone who is not familiar, inverted assured sword. Boss has the item, defeat Ganon, and big key shuffle, except for the GT big key, which is in GT.
And this is part of our idea is that last season the playoff modes didn't have that much in common with regular season modes, so we're trying to get more playoff modes into the regular season so people could, practice them.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, Invrosia's been around for quite some time with ladder, and I know everyone's probably played it at least once. So
Pretty
we
big
got
hit. Like it's a really good mode for to show off inverted.
Yeah, for sure.
Just remember, it doesn't come with a pre-activated flute.
Yeah, no. Which I don't know.
Oh,
Maybe
man.
maybe they should consider for a new version of Ambrosia because that was a surprise like sleeper hit from the main tournament. So at least with everyone that I've talked to. So
Oh yeah.
some of what the mods were talking about when we told them about Ambrosia, we got from Kono Tyron, our Restream moderator. It's a fun challenge for new players and a chance for veterans to show off their skills, which is very true. Make those really low percent boss fight jumps into like blind or like 3-heart fighter sword moth, like do some really crazy stuff.
Yeah, there's definitely some trials and tribulations to be had in the inverted world state, but hopefully, as we've seen, big keys being wild does help with the pacing quite a bit.
Yeah, and then let's see, Clear Mouse actually we got saying surprisingly good for inverted, and you get a sword, so that is another big thing to remember, is that you do have that sword start at least. So enemies
Yeah,
aren't quite as treacherous as going in with no weapons.
always nice to have some way to deal with enemies, wherever you go.
We got Airy Roar chiming in with Duncan's Creation. Skullwood is right there. You know where to go.
Coming
That's
from
so
Dunka's
true.
teammate, of course.
Oh man. Honestly though, Skullwoods, some people like to go there early anyway in inverted just to get their bombs and magic.
Oh yeah, and I mean the bonus is that you got the chest there, and since the big keys are shuffled, every dungeon has +1 item floating around in it freely, so Skullwoods looks a little more appealing than usual.
Yeah, Skullwoods has 150% more items in it.
I'm just visualizing all the runners taking that drop down to the northeast corner and dying repeatedly to farm their bombs.
Hey, it's
I
a good
mean-
strat.
That or chanced on tree pulls. And finally we got Days with, well, I guess I should play this mode sometime. Thank you, Days.
Perfect.
Or find two
Yeah.
teammates who want to play it.
Yeah, that's the beauty about all this. Like, some people are like, "Oh man, Ambrosia, this sucks." So at this point, this is where you build a team that can at least have fun with it and work that way. That's kind of what there's modes I don't want to play. That might be one of them, and I could always just kind of pawn it off on my teammates. Be like, "All right, you guys go have fun."
You mean you don't want to play every week and fight literally everybody on every team all the time?
Nah,
That's how I play.
I'm too old. I'm too old for that now.
Time to retire soon. Put you on the bench.
Yeah, washed up.
6th man of the year, Dante.
So in Ambrosia, week 2. Week 3, we've got some fun for you guys. Now, let's see. What do you guys think? Week 3 has been something very similar in the past. Amerith, you want to smack that button for us? There's a tournament happening for this right now. Casual Boots. This is a staple of the community, and I want to point out that it is a Boots start mode, and I am on board with that.
Andy
Boots-
being in
Boots make
favor
things
of
fast.
boot starts?
Big Hover at it again, trying to take
Hey.
over the league.
I can't, you can't blame me for wanting to go fast, okay?
All these hoverers coming out of the woodwork just be like, let's go fast. And everyone's like, oh god, I said the H word.
Well,
Uh-oh.
yeah, so you guys know how casual boots work. Standard assured sword and starting boots, and it is defeat Ganon, so 7/7. All 7 crystals, and you don't have to worry about did your opponent skip escape, because they're going to be doing it with you almost in real time. And I think that's kind of fun, because you get to see like a lot of in sync things happening like all at once.
And you don't have to farm bombs and escape.
Yeah, you just ram your face into the door and the thing opens in the back. It's perfect.
Crazy.
It's the week of you Drew running against Airy Roar, and good luck trying to keep up with him. Because you got that 5 minutes of just playing escape, and there's no keeping up with
Yeah.
him.
PSA for everyone right now. If you get a mirror, it's Zelda Cell. Don't forget to use it. Like, if you get a mirror in the Link's house, don't forget to use it after getting Zelda. Just like,
But not before getting Zelda.
Not before, yeah.
That's
Don't,
important.
yeah. Shout out to GFE.
Oh, poor GFE. Okay, so some of what the mods are saying about casual boots. Cassidy chiming in with, "I'm a staple and for good reason." And that's very, very true. Basically something that we've already said already. We got Kono chiming in with Zoom Zoom Bonk. Which, yeah, be careful. Don't be bonking too many walls. It'll slow you down.
That's Escape in a nutshell right there. Zoom, zoom, bonk, check the 3 items at the back, save the princess.
There will be an informal side tournament with betting and everything for who can accumulate the most bonks.
Just turn
Yeah.
the whole week 3 of League Season 5 into Dunka's stream. Just like he always counts the bonks after every seed he runs, and so you have to try and guess. So I guess we're taking a page from his book.
Oh, is Eri correct on that? Every bonk is 70 frames?
Yeah, it's at least a second. I know that much.
Oh, wow. Don't bonk. Kazden coming in with Imagine Going to Kakariko. Yeah.
Well, we all know as soon as you get out of Sank, you rush Eastern, right?
Yeah, because you probably found a bow somewhere. You're like, I feel like going to the South Shore. Like, let's just try and maximize our first trip to Kakariko, find that food or bottle. And then finally you got Lumaga coming in with, so popular, you had 12 hours to enter the summer tournament for it.
That's fantastic. It's true though. It's a very popular mode. So glad that this is coming back to the league. Hopefully you guys are gonna enjoy it as much as everybody does. If people say they hate this mode, I'm a little confused.
I mean, I can understand like it being a little bit repetitive for some people, especially after we had SG Lives last year, and like there was just so much standard and like being a little bit tired of it.
Sure.
But it's like, at least you have boots on this one, and it's fairly normal mode, so
Yeah, it's 1 week.
it's still always
one
fun.
week. That's the beauty about all of this. If it's something you don't like, it's 1 week.
Mm-hmm.
Or at the very worst, it's just one game. Because
Yeah,
you can play
that's
it
it.
twice.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we will
Just
now.
don't pick green pendant for your pendant assignment then.
Frosty, you're getting ahead of the script. What are we
Oh,
gonna
geez.
do?
Oh, zoink, Scoob!
Okay, all right, so we got moving on to week 4. A little bit longer of a week.
Yeah, this is
Anyone want to go in on that?
all right. So this is a bit of a doozy. As you guys know, these are the dates for Speed Gaming Live 2022 in-person event, and that's why it's 2 weeks, among other things. So this week, normally has been everyone's favorite of Pilot Spoiler. And that mode is not gone forever, but as you've probably heard on the 216 podcast by a couple of people, that mode will be taking a back seat this season. We want to try and expand on the fun of co-op without having too much scheduling problems. So we're going to be bringing in, Amerith, go ahead and reveal it. Co-op Retrants. It is going to be pulled in from playoffs to kind of expound on that whole thing of we want there to be as many overlapping modes as we can. And here we go. We're going to have Co-op Retrants. And you guys, for those who don't know, this is Co-op Info Share, just like week 1, but it is a retro world state, assured sword, fast Ganon, cross-world entrance, and key sanity. So the small keys are wild due to the retro world state, but you're going to have to find those big keys. You guys, Amerith, what do you think about this mode?
The very first time that we had come up with this, I was very like apprehensive because like, oh god, trying to screen co-op info with cross keys, like this is gonna be terrible. This is gonna be insane. But just the amount that being retro and having all the small keys basically eliminated simplifies is just it's insane how it works. And also you get the starting sword. There's the take any cave sword that's just sitting out there somewhere. That's just like, hey, you get a free sword.
And this mode seemed to be a big hit among the small number of teams that actually got to a Game 5 in the playoffs and got to play it. So that was also part of our decision to put it in here, that the people who did play it seemed to really like it.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. I know that my team practiced this a lot last season, just in case, and then we never got to play it. But we had a lot of fun, like actually just playing the mode. Like no timers. I mean, we had timers, but like not a race. It was a really fun time. It had its ups and downs, but what co-op doesn't?
Just to clarify something that was asked in chat. Someone was asking about what makes this harder to schedule than Pilot Spoiler or any other co-op mode. It is still an entrance mode, so it's going to be a lot longer of a time commitment than a Pilot Spoiler would be. Whereas like Pilot Spoiler would be like maybe hour and a half. You'd figure 2 hours at absolute worst. It's still cross keys. It's still going to be your like almost 2 hours to maybe even later threes, depending on your team's skill. And then on top of that, again, we have the extended dates because of SG Live that week. So
Right. And this was switched not so much to not so much to say that Pilot Spoiler was harder to switch, but if we could, let's be real, we'll be very honest. If we could make every single week co-op, we would. But I think even the players would be pulling their hair out by the end of it if 7 weeks were all co-op, just because of how the scheduling conflicts would be. So we wanted to make sure if we were bringing in a co-op mode, we could sub out a co-op mode to try to keep a little bit of balance.
yeah, and also there's no room for every single mode that we'd like to have in League, because I've also floated the idea and thinking of like, well, what if you just played everyone in your conference and just like it was just like a regular Major League sports event and we just ran League for 30 weeks out of the year, like
Yeah.
Welcome to Inverter Christmiser Week, right?
Mm.
now we're going to play in Insanity Entrance Doors. Good luck.
Please no, not yet.
So let's see, we got the mods talking again. All right, so we got Kazden coming in with co-op veterans no longer confined to the depths of the playoffs. Yes, I saw a lot of people in chat really excited about the seeing the mode being a regulation play mode. Ari coming in saying hard but oh so rewarding. Good communication is key. Yes, indeed. Being able to make sure that you are communicating effectively to your teammate which entrance and what are dead or which one you're going into, what is where. Because communicating entrances is always fun, isn't it, Dante?
Fun's a word.
I found the Super Bunny at Grandma House. What? Where? Who?
Yeah, it's you have to learn at least what your friends like to call places, even if it's not the right thing. Sorry, Relkin. But sometimes, like me, I just come up with stuff and no one knows what I'm talking about.
Shaking my head.
And then we got Will coming in saying the most fun you're going to have all season guaranteed, or Dante will personally refund your league registration fee.
Yeah, we'll be collecting those at the door, and I
was gonna
will
say-
make sure that we'll give them back if you don't like it.
I was going to say, I didn't think we were doing the registration fee this year. I thought we agreed that was season 6.
Oh, we'll have to talk about season 6. We got to get through 5 first. You know what I mean? Like,
We're just kidding. It's
Oh,
okay,
oh,
guys.
and one other thing to remember, speaking of fees, you're going to want a lot of rupees in this mode between the rupee bow and buying small keys.
Oh yes, at 100 rupees a small key, and was it 10 per arrow, 50 per silver?
And you
starts
have
to
to
add
buy
up.
the arrows for 80 to begin with.
Yeah, it begins to add up. So keep an eye on your money count.
you guys want to do that?
All right. So who wants to bring us in for week 5, which will be from November 7th to the 13th?
I think I should not.
Oh, why is that?
I don't know.
Well,
Yeah.
see, chat was sensing a pattern with how many assured sword modes we've been giving so far.
Yeah.
So this is gonna be random swords, right?
Yeah, right? Randomly missing?
Yeah, something like that. That sounds right.
Yeah.
Introducing League
So-
Swordless.
This was
We
a
introduced
playoff
it
mode.
last year.
Yeah, this
That's
was a
true.
playoff mode, and it got picked a decent amount. And here we go. It's going to be a regular, open, swordless, defeat Ganon. Bow will be your silvers. It will only be the silvers. You can toggle back to the regular ones, but you don't have to worry about a silvers hunt. Basically, the one thing you guys get to be happy about is when you find the bow, your bosses are going to melt. It's not map compass shuffle. So, Dunka, I'm looking at you here. We don't have to worry about no champion swordless. This is league swordless.
Yeah, we like ours a lot better. Just remember, make sure you brush up on, a lot of your normal bosses. You've already done like swordless, like you've basically done Hammer Trinex, Hammer Samaria Blind, Hammer Moth. Like there's all sorts of things, but do remember that there are like the certain little staples of the mode where it's like, in order to use it's the tablets, right? That you have to have the hammer for, and
Yep.
but you don't need a hammer to use the medallions. I found that out the hard way.
Yep.
And Aga is in logic with, what was it? Bugnet plus Cane of Burna plus Magic Extension or something?
Yeah, and like Kate
and
to get
Kate,
in.
right.
Yeah.
Yep. So be prepared for some fun Aga climbs, and do remember that you can extend the hitbox on your bow by if you have boots, or not your bow, your
Hammer.
the net.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You're talking about net dashing. Yes.
Yes. So that remember if you're not used to swordless, like that'll really help. It takes a little bit of practice getting swordless, but it's a very fun mode, and look forward to people dabbling their hands into it. So we got some words from the mods about League Swordless. We got Dazed Club saying, "Why, Dante? Why?"
Thank you, Dazed. I love you, man.
Ari coming in with the blame Dante.
Oh, man.
Classic.
And I think my favorite one when we got here is let's just say there's a reason we're calling it League Swordless, Dante.
I was.
I sense a theme here from the mod comments.
Hmm.
You don't say.
So to be 1,000% clear here, and I know I'm saying it, but we as a team, we thought this would be a good time to do this. As far as like a normal mode, the community has really advanced as far as their level of execution, their routing of the game. Coming from League starting in 2019, 3 years ago at this point, about 3.5 at this point. Players are much better. In season 1, we saw cross keys and people were averaging 3 to 3.5 hours, and those times have dropped tremendously. Skill has been like increasing with every single player. You see players coming out of the mentor tournament doing really good right out of the gate after they learn the basics. So we wanted to give it a shot, and we can blame Dante all we want, but as a team, we thought this was a good time to give it a shot for the league.
Also, if you notice the dates, this week is starting on November 7th. That's 3 months from today, so you have 3 months to practice this mode, which should be plenty of time if you are planning to play in Swordless Week.
Yeah. Something else that this has actually sprung up, I think, within the last week or two, I want to say, but there's actually currently a German like swordless tournament right now. It's kind of cool to see swordless getting a little bit more spotlight. So that's neat to see the German community getting people some swordless practice in that regard. So yeah,
I need
shouts
to
the
learn German.
community.
Oh man, the Germans got a leg up on us.
As if they need
Man,
more
we're
legs.
slacking.
As if they needed more advantages.
So that's going to be week 5. I can count the same number as the season. And,
yes, 5's right there at the top of the screen. That's how you know it's week 5, right?
So let's go ahead and move things right along. Week 6. I know you guys are really liking this. There's currently sort of a thing going on for it, but we wanted to be brave. This is probably the bravest thing I think we've ever done as admins. So
Because there's a word in there that's kind of controversial.
There is. So it's not hover, I promise. But week 6 is going to be cross keys with starting pseudo boots. And the reason for that is because we can't give you regular boots. So we're doing pseudo boots.
At least
Now-
not without using the door branch.
Yeah, we want to keep it in main branch. We've always had it that way.
We
And
want
then-
things to be stable.
Right. And so that's one reason why we're stuck with this. We are kind of bound with that restriction. However, we want to give it a fair shake. We did a couple of like exhibitions last year that were met with good and bad feedback. Like it was very, very polarized. And we felt, we kind of shelved it because we also learned that the technology was not going to be there for us to even consider it past those exhibitions, so we never did. But now that the tech is implemented into the main branch, we've seen it in Open Plus, but we haven't seen it in an entrance mode yet. We wanted to put it here in entrance and give it a shot. We're having a regular Cross Keys tournament right now, so let's try this for League and see how it goes.
And I mean, if we hate it, or people hate it, we can always change it. And for next season, it's like, you're not going to get anywhere not trying something different. Like, it's just, and it's just 1 week. Like, it's not as bad as a lot of people make it sound out to be.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, do we want to go ahead and move into our mod quotes for Pseudo Boots Cross Keys week?
Oops, put these up in the wrong order. Oh, well, we'll just put them up as I highlight them. We got Days. Now with 200% more silly bonks, because your bonk looks a little bit different if you don't have regular boots.
At least it's a shorter bonk, though I don't know if it's fewer frames.
I believe it's supposed to be the same, like, knockback amount, but it does, like, put you on the ground a lot faster, so...
It also, you can't bonk across like normal gaps. Like Hookshot Cave does not change the logic with the pseudo boots. That all stays the same. So the only thing you really have to worry about is like bonk setups for things. Just don't do what everyone's done in Open Plus. Bonk Hera big chest and try to get back. You're gonna have a bad time.
The one thing you can bonk is that gap in the room before Bob's chest in GT.
Yes.
The only thing I can't remember is like everything is the same with pseudo boots, but I think there might still be an issue with the bonk like lineup setup for Landmo. I think it is. I don't know if they ever fixed that.
I'm not sure. Like, do you just mean like the initial like shot?
Like the like the spacing that like bonking the wall to set up like the Landmo quick kill doesn't quite line up correctly, and that's like the only like nitpick on pseudo boots, I think.
Yeah, that's true. And I see another question in chat about can you hover? No, you can. None of the boots tech like water walking or hovering that does not work with pseudo boots. So that does not give hovering players an advantage, like say in Hookshot Cave or something else. So that is still negated until the boots are found.
And Ari coming in there with the classic, but with a twist. Yep, just a little bit faster of a cross keys, gives you a little bit, makes it a little bit more quicker of a mode by a couple minutes, because as most people have probably spouted off on like comps and such, it's like what boots save on average was, I think it's like 2 to 5 minutes, something like that, an hour. Like, so just quickens the mode by a little bit. And
when Spiral Cave is your main connector and you keep having to go through it, you will appreciate the pseudo boots.
Exactly. And it's the same cross keys you know and love, but a little bit faster, says Cassidy.
Yeah, for sure. So that is going to be week 6, cross key pseudo boots. We want to keep entrance in there. Yeah, Relkin, you're a big cross keys player. What do you think about this? You looking forward to this week?
Yeah, I sure am. It's one of those things that I've always wanted for an entrance mode where I can start with boots. This is the closest thing we can offer right now. Just going back to what you were saying about the main branch not having the capability of boot start. So yeah, this is satiating my need to go fast, I guess, and wanting to play a fun mode like entrance, like cross keys. So I am definitely looking forward to playing this mode for week 6. So it gets my thumbs up. I don't know about most other people, but it gets my thumbs up.
We have a question in chat real quick about the key logic and lamp logic in cross keys with pseudo boots. Is it just like the regular normal main branch where we have guaranteed small and Skull's pinball room?
Yes.
And the dark room logic is still lamp only?
Yep.
It's on the main branch. So this is not off Door Branch. The logical changes with Lamp and the Skullwoods room in entrance modes, that is based off of Door Branch. So we are staying on the main branch for this.
And as Clear Mouse is pointing out, that also means the old logic with Laser Bridge that you're actually expected to have Mirror Shield or an invincibility item.
Yeah.
All right, and then finally the last week of regular season of League. Another longer week from November 21st to December 4th because I don't know. I think there might be some kind of like holiday that week, or
At
Awesome.
least in the US.
I mean, it's popular.
Yeah, with Thanksgiving falling for the United States around that time, we felt like we could make this 2 weeks. We also had another excuse to make it 2 weeks, and that's because it's another co-op mode, guys. And I think you guys know what you're probably going to see here. More of the same, and it's going to be co-op Inamizer with boots. We had this last season, and we figured we would bring this back as it is. Which is co-op info share, open, defeat Ganon, enemy shuffle, full ball shuffle, not chaos. That is important there, guys. Full ball shuffle, meaning it is only 3 repeats. They can only show twice, but 3 bosses can be like actual repeats. But yeah, and starting boots. So this is what we had last year, like we were saying, and I think it was a hit. A lot of people enjoyed it.
Yeah, because what better way to spend the misery of Animizer than doing it with a friend?
Indeed. Now the difference with this, let's make sure we highlight this too. Defeat Ganon. So this is a 7-7 week. This is not the full AD experience as we see in week 1. So that is a noted change for this. That is exactly how it was last season. We're going to stick with that.
Yeah, the main thing is that just we unified it from what we had last year, where the playoff one was slightly different. It's going to be saying basically the same between that and now. So it's like co-op Animizer, co-op is going to be the same everywhere it is. Those are words.
All right.
Anyway,
Let's move on to our mod quotes for co-op Inamizer. Meredith, take it away.
Clear Mouse with priority 1, find a sword. Priority 2, see priority 1.
I like the thinking.
Gotta find those swords. Don't want to be dashing around bootless and then just suddenly, oh hey, there's a guard in this bush.
They still won't help you when you dash into a crystal roller, though.
Absolutely not. Days coming in saying dashing to Lionel's is a rite of passage, especially when you can spell the word right correctly. Props to the other admins calling me out on saying the wrong words in the previews.
It's okay, we got your back.
I was up too late trying to make sure that all this was working. and our last one we got here from Will. What better way to decide playoff spots than fighting ice Trinics and navigating giant spikes on tiny ledges?
Seems good.
It seems normal.
Yeah, people have a lot more experience with it now. By whether or not they've wanted to, I guess, over the past 2 years.
And at least we're doing an open start, not a standard start.
Yeah, no, we're not. We learned our mistake in the playoffs of season 3, I believe. We're not doing that again.
But hey, when we move to 30-week league, there will be a Kiss Priest mode. So then you can get your standard Animizer all you want.
All right, so that's the regular season. And while we're getting it queued up, so here we go. Let's move it right along with playoffs. Playoffs? We're talking about playoffs? That's right.
Bit.
We're going to have that starting, as mentioned, December 5th for the Open League. Invitational is going to be December 12th. There's kind of a lot of stuff to unpack here, and that's going to be in our document that is going to be published as soon as this stream ends for you guys. So the way this is going to work, we're going to have your pendants that you're going to be assigned, or you're going to assign yourselves with your team to get situated for the league start. And we're going to have the Courage, Wisdom, and Power. Courage going to be starting out Courage and Wisdom, rather, going to be starting out with some modes from the regular season. Meredith, you want to go ahead and hit that slide for us so we know exactly what we're going to say here. Courage is going to start with the casual boots. So that kind of makes things nice and calm for you. Wisdom, we're going to bring in the cross keys again. It will be pseudo boots, just to like the regular season. We're going to mimic that. And then things get a little hairy like they did last season, with games 3 and 4 being able to be chosen through multiple modes. So, games 3 and 4, what are your choices? Ambrosia, League Swordless, we're bringing back Open Hard MC Shuffle, which was a choice last season. Open Hard Enemizer with a slight tweak. That's the same as last year, but we are going to remove the Chaos Ball Shuffle. That is going to be tweaked just to have full to mimic Week 7. That is not starting boots, just to clarify. And brand new for this season, Standard Small Shuffle. So it is going to be standard random weapon and then small key shuffle only. Maps and compasses are going to be in their respective dungeons as well as their big keys. But the small keys are going to be wild. That is also going to be a Defeat Ganon 7-7 mode. That's going to be something new for playoffs. We'll see how that all unfolds and who is going to want to pick Small Shuffle. And then finally, Game 5, should it come down to it, you guessed it, we're going right back to it, Co-op Retrants. And that is going to be the same as, I believe it was Week 3. Somebody correct me if
Four.
Four. All right, yeah, 4. I can count.
Four is the number
I've
thou
said that.
shalt count, and the number of the counting shall be 4, right?
Thank you, Drosy. Perfect. And then we've got some different things here with the Open League playoffs. So we talked about expanding. How can we make it a fun experience for everyone? We're going to have some wild cards to add in, as well as with our top two teams rather, placing. So we're going to try and do like a basic explanation of this. I'm going to pass it to Drosy, as he has tried to work his best to make sure this is going to work.
Okay, so one piece of feedback we got last season was that given the size of the Open League, there weren't enough playoff spots for open teams. Too large a portion of open teams just ended their seasons with the regular season. So we agreed. We are expanding the Open League to 24 playoff teams, which also means, so 12 in each conference. That also means there are 4 buys now. So even if you're towards the top of your division, you can be competing for buy spots. And the thing is, because we didn't want to have that 96 team cap again, we're being flexible with how many divisions there are in the Open League, depending on registration, and you'll see this all spelled out in the league doc after this. There'll be either 4, 5, or 6 divisions per conference, and so top 2 in the division make playoffs, and then as many wild cards as we need to get 24 teams into the playoffs, which can be up to 4 depending on how many divisions there are.
Yeah.
So on back of that, that also means depending on the amount of teams that do sign up, the regular season for Open League may see some interdivision play, sort of like we had in Season 3.
Yeah, so and reseeding between rounds. So yeah, it's all going to be within the conference until the finals, but yeah, what division you are won't affect who you're playing in the first round.
Yeah, and we are going to do reseeding between rounds like we've done. We did that for the Invitational. We're going to be doing that now for Open. Drosy, you want to expound a little bit more on the playoffs really quick, as far as like how we're going to handle the Open mode, or rather Open League?
Well, at least for the first couple of rounds, there'll be 4 teams in each conference who get a bye. So then seeds, we'll seed everyone by their record. What is it?
Yes.
You have to win your division to be eligible for a bye. If we wind up only having 4 divisions per conference, then every division winner gets a bye. If not, the top 4 division winners per conference get byes. And so then in the second round, they'll play the 4 teams that come out of the first round, and we have a whole set of tiebreakers for reseeding that we'll be applying each round to try to make sure that we don't force 2 really top teams to play each other too soon.
Yeah, we're gonna also try and make it where it's gonna have like the playoff teams in each conference who aren't going to be receiving at that bye. That's going to be the 5 through 12 seeds, and the wild cards are included in that. So there's going to be seeding throughout the conference. There'll be tiebreakers used. This is kind of all typed out in our doc that's going to be released real soon, as soon as this ends, like I was saying. But there's going to hopefully be a little more shuffling. This way, just like Invitational, you are not guaranteed to have to play. It could still happen, but it's not a 100% set in stone guarantee that you're going to play the exact same opponent every single time, like when you make playoffs. That was one of the biggest gripes I think we had from Open League over the past 2 seasons. We found a way to work that with Invitational, and now with Drossy's help, and trust me, Drossy did a lot of work on this to try and make sure that we had a system in place that was going to allow us to have some potential of mixing things up instead of it all being exactly the same.
Mind you, I just wrote it. That's not to say I understand it.
Yeah, and just again, just so basically that like you don't get into playoffs and it's like, oh well, now we have to play this team again. It's like you will very possibly play someone in a different division.
Yeah, just give it a little bit of a difference in terms of don't play the same teams all season. There'll be some mix up there for Open.
Yeah. So Amerith, do we have slides for Invitational, or is that going to be more of the same?
It's more of the same. I don't have slides for those. We're at the end of the slides.
Yeah, so no more. So it's going to be just like last season. That is also going to be spelled out in the doc. Each conference is going to be reseeded 1 to 8 based off overall record. Tiebreakers obviously will have to be taken into account, and it may come down to coin flips. Hopefully not, but it may. So we'll have it where the number 1 seed is playing the number 8 seed, 2 versus 7. Again, this is fully, you can read the whole detail of it in the document. And just like the Open and just like the Invitational in the previous season, there will be reseeding as the winners come out of each round. So looking down the bracket, you can't really always predict your opponent unless it is, always like chalk, so to speak, and the highest seed comes out every time, which it's rando. We know that's not going to always happen.
Everyone's beatable.
For sure. And then we'll advance those along. Each week is 2 weeks. That way you guys have plenty of time to schedule all 5 of your games. I'd really like that we implemented that system a couple years back or a couple seasons back to allow more scheduling time. 5 games when not knowing if you even had to play or who you were playing coming down to the end of the week was a little stressful. But now since it is swapped to 2 weeks, hopefully you guys have a little more time. And games 1 through 3 can be scheduled in any order. After that, 4 and 5 do have to be played in order, should it come down to it. That's basically it. We're looking. I'm excited. League's always a ton of fun. Drossy, are you excited to finally get the ball rolling on this?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we only started planning 3 months ago, right?
Yeah, we didn't start coming up with anything as soon as season 4 ended. No,
we sure did. We took some time.
It should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, we've got a good mod crew too. Relkin, you're looking really excited for this one. I think a lot of good things coming up this season.
Yep, it's we're hoping this will be the best one yet. It's what we're always striving to do, make the next one better than the last, and we hope that comes to pass. So we're excited for you guys to come and join it and have fun with your friends and being stupid, and but all for the love of Rando.
And just to note that again, like at the end of a season for League, it's just like there was at the end of the main tournament, which reminder to do this for the main tournament as well. If you didn't, there will be a feedback form, and tell us what you think, because we do actually read those feedback forms, and that sort of helps drive us as to what we want to do with the next season. So please, when the season is over, tell us what you think on that form.
Ways. General chat's open.
Yeah,
Have fun with general chat.
we read general chat, but we can't remember general chat all the time because it moves so fast. Having it on
That's
the
right.
form guarantees that when we go to references, like, well, how did this do last year? How did people find this mode last year? What were people saying about this mode? Like, it gives us a better idea of what we need to change.
Yeah, for sure. Any final thoughts, guys, before we wrap things up?
Thanks, Amaris, for putting us together. That's a huge help. The
Yeah,
reveal
Amaris
screen
did
and all
a
that.
huge amount of legwork with this presentation.
I still probably could have made it better, but I think this worked.
Oh, it worked.
The goal with this stream was just hopefully you guys have some fun with us, just talking about it, giving us a little more chance instead of rambling in a document and making you read a piece of paper, or a digital piece of paper. So registration, don't forget, August 28th at noon Eastern, and it'll last till September 4th, noon Eastern as well. Huge shout outs to our mod team that we've assembled. We're going to be getting them rolling here real soon with a lot of stuff. And thank you guys. If you're interested in commentary tracking, that's in the Discord server. You can sign up for those roles. If you had the role from last season, it is remaining from season 4 to season 5. And that way you guys can participate with us on this. We could also, as always, use more and more restreamers for the Open League being on the like this channel and the ALTTPR League channels. So if you are interested in assisting with that, feel free to reach out and to Kono Tyrant or Amerith, as Kono is one of our restream mods, and get set up for that. I think that's going to do it. Are we done, guys? Are we done?
I think we got it.
Yeah,
Perfect.
I think that's about it.
All right. Well, that's
Nice
a
to see
wrap.
this
Thank you
season.
guys. Yeah, thank you for hanging out with us for this hour or so. And I really hope that everyone has a great time.
Yep, see you guys.
Enjoy. Have a good rest of your afternoon/day or night, wherever you are.